you asked earlier why Musk and the Felon are doing what they're doing. I think I have an answer for you.
Okay.
Because they can.
Well, there is that.
We have no one.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I said there is that, yes, so far anyway.
Because we have no one representing us, and we have no one fighting for us.
Yes.
How many times do the Democrats have to be told? They handed them a damn book, for Christ's sakes, and they said to them, here's what we're going to do. We're taking over the country. And what have these guys done? I have been voting for 50 years. I think I'm a few years older than you are. And I have never had anybody represent me. I've had it happen 3 times. Jimmy Carter, my representative, Marie Newman, who was taken away from me after we fought so hard to get her in there. And one other time. I am so upset. I am literally shaking. I am witnessing my country going down and them taking over, and no one fight. After the fact, we had on November 5th, I decided when I saw the disaster that happened, I decided, first of all, nobody will ever convince me that was a free and fair election. I don't think we've had free and fair elections in I don't know how long. But secondly, when I saw this was happening, I quit watching political television, and that made me feel a heck of a lot better. And then now I'm to the point where I think I'm going to shut the radio off too, because I'll find some other way to find my information out. And I will fight for my country to my death. And that's what it's going to come to. We are going to have another civil war because they are being allowed to do what they're doing. They tell us all the time what they're going to do. And these wimpy Democrats, and I'm not including the progressives. The problem is we don't have enough progressives, and the Democrats, the moderates, have fought them all along too. They fight each other. That's the problem. Yep. And the one of the major reasons that President Biden and his administration did have such a fantastic 4 years. And by the way, you know, Democrats are told what they're going to do. They don't fight. They have a perfectly, you know, we should have won by a landslide. And, you know, they just don't know how to fight. And the two-party system was never developed to support democracy. It destroys it. And I'm surprised it took this long. We haven't had democracy in this country for a long time. And the minority is ruling, starting with you know, we still don't have, women should be controlling this country. We're in the majority, but no, we don't have that. We don't have minorities being represented properly. We don't have everybody allowed to vote. When there's voter suppression, do the Democrats even mention it? And why are they getting away with this? Why is the not-so-Supreme Court making law, and they're controlling everything? Forget, you know, oh, what's the Felon going to do next? Forget that. Yeah. They already put him in there. They're not afraid of him.
Got it,
they
Nancy.
already put him in there.
You're starting to get repetitive. In France, the left, as it were, succeeded in blocking the right, as it were. The right is like about a third of the French electorate. The far left is about a third, and the center left is about a third. Because in France, the far left and the center left got together and said, we're going to have each other's backs. Here in the United States, the center left, the so-called, the problem solver Democrats, the Josh Gottheimers, you know, these guys who basically have their hand out to big corporations, they actually go out of their way in many cases to sabotage progressive Democrats. It's a real problem, Nancy. Yeah, and I don't have an easy solution, but I would strongly encourage you to share your outrage that you were so eloquent about on this program with your 2 senators from Illinois and whoever represents you there in Oak Lawn. I'm not sure who represents you, but
you know, thank God I do live in Illinois, and I have Governor Pritzker. I have Kasten. The problem with Kasten is that's what, you know, they went against Marie Newman, and of course, here's the Democrats again. Instead of splitting that, they made our district bigger and got rid of Marie Newman instead of splitting the district and making each one smaller and getting rid of a Republican. God forbid they would do the right thing.
Well, and this is, I agree, and Democrats need to start embracing gerrymandering. Frankly, if we were to gerrymander California and Illinois, there's a handful of states that if we gerrymandered them, we would never again lose the House of Representatives. And Republicans are gerrymandering like there's no tomorrow and have been since 2010. So, Nancy, I get it. I totally get it, and I hope you share that with your elected politicians.